Today, Cadillac has revealed the 2025 Escalade IQ, and I think the biggest surprise is the fact that it shares nothing with the regular Escalade and looks very different, especially in person. The proportions are all different with a longer wheelbase, a cabin that's moved almost 11 inches rearward, and it even has a little bit of a sloping roofline there in the back. And I'll show you a close-up look of the Escalade IQ from every angle inside and out, but first let's get into the headline numbers. 450 miles of range from a massive battery with 200 kilowatt hours of usable energy and very fast 350 kilowatt fast charging capability for 100 miles of range in 10 minutes. It moves pretty quickly too, thanks to its dual motor all-wheel drive setup that does 750 horsepower and 785 pound-feet of torque in its Velocity Max mode. Surprisingly though, this only results in a sub 5 second 0 to 60 time according to Cadillac, which suggests a very heavy curb weight, but Cadillac hasn't revealed how much these weigh yet. They did reveal that it'll be able to tow 8,000 pounds though, which is pretty solid, and even if it is heavy, it should have pretty good handling thanks to a 4-wheel steering system and an adaptive air ride suspension with magnetic ride control 4.0, plus an independent suspension front and rear. And those wheels are 24 inches and they're so large that the tires end up measuring 35 inches. The air ride suspension can lower itself by 2 inches and raise itself up by 1 inch as well. And while the 4-wheel steering system does make it much easier to park thanks to a greatly improved turning radius, which is awesome, they're also going to be introducing the same kind of tech they used with the crab walk feature that was introduced in the Hummer, and here they're calling it the Cadillac Arrival Mode to allow you to slide in and out of tight spaces easier and make a statement at the same time. Another nice driver assistance feature will be Cadillac's excellent Super Cruise system, which will be standard on the IQ and offers hands-free driving on over 400,000 miles of highways in the US and Canada. I was a little surprised that it won't have Ultra Cruise like the Celestiq, but when I asked them about it, all they said is that they're just talking about Super Cruise for now, so I'm guessing that Ultra Cruise may come either at a later date in a later model year, or maybe they plan to reserve it just for the Celestiq for a while. We'll have to wait and see. Still, Super Cruise is the best hands-free system in the industry in my opinion, and a huge advantage that other competitors can't match, having that hands-free capability, so it's great to see it here. It'll also include all the usual top-end safety tech as well, with lots of cameras and accident avoidance tech. But moving beyond the mechanical stuff, let's talk about this exterior, which they say is the most aerodynamic full-size SUV that GM has ever made. This one is the sport trim we're looking at here, which gives you the darker accents. There will be a luxury trim as well with brushed aluminum trim instead. The welcome and departure lighting animations there are pretty cool, and the long hood really makes a statement and is also hiding a large e-trunk with 12 cubic feet of secure and out-of-sight storage. The back end is also pretty interesting, breaking up the usual signature tall vertical tail lamps that we're used to on regular Escalades and now having them in two separate parts there. That C-pillar styling is pretty distinctive as well, and the sloping roofline provides a sportier look, but it will hurt third row headroom and cargo space a bit compared to the regular Escalade. Cadillac told me though that the third row is most often used by kids anyway, and they're confident that the third row will still be plenty of space for their customers' needs. Unfortunately, this prototype's second row was unable to be moved, so I wasn't able to get a good look at the third row in person, but from what I could see, it seems fairly average for the gasoline segment, so we'll see, again, how it is whenever we're actually able to climb back there. But moving on to the rest of the interior, though, as you can see, it really makes a statement here with a 55-inch curved screen that almost goes pillar to pillar and is bookended by a pair of speakers there right before it gets to the pillars, and the interior is very plush looking, especially with the executive package that this one has. In addition to the 55-inch display that's controlled by the center controller, which is really nice looking, there's also another touchscreen there that will handle controlling the other interior features and parts of the screen. It's all connected to an AKG Studio stereo system with 19 speakers as standard, but higher trims will get a studio reference stereo that bumps up to 36 speakers for its setup. It's pretty similar to the one you get in the regular Escalade, and I was very impressed with that and all the times I've driven the new Escalade. And so it maxes out at 40 speakers total if you go up to the executive package that adds speakers into those second row headrests. Getting back to that executive package though, in addition to those very luxurious and climate controlled captain's chairs that also do massages just like the front seats, it also adds in 12.6-inch screens for each passenger, along with a center command screen, dual wireless phone chargers, ports, and even stowable tray tables that look like they're right out of a first class airline seat. All occupants will also be able to enjoy the large panoramic glass roof, but it unfortunately doesn't get the cool 4-zone on-demand shading tech from the Celestiq, which would have been cool to see, but that is a very expensive car, so it's understandable that it's going to get some higher end tech than this does. But anyway, one very high end touch it does get is available power opening and closing doors for all 4 doors, either with a touch of a button or by automatically opening whenever the driver approaches with a key fob in their pocket, if you have that feature enabled. There's also a bunch of cool little touches on the inside, like a nod to the old Cadillac crest, complete with the little Merlet ducts it used to feature, and the ambient lighting has 126 colors and really shows up nicely there, especially on the doors. It'll start production at GM's Factory Zero plant in Michigan in the summer of 2024, with prices starting around $130,000, including destination. So that's the 2025 Cadillac Escalade IQ. Overall, it really does seem to truly take the Escalade to the next generation here in every way, and I'm excited to hopefully see how it drives next year. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more coverage of the Escalade IQ next year, and in the meantime, let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Thank you all very much for watching. Thanks to Cadillac for the opportunity to check out the Escalade IQ here, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.